Hey everyone, it's Edwin, and today I have some developments in the everlasting drama surrounding Poppy. First, we'll be going over Poppy scamming some of her fans, and then Titanic Sinclair speaking up for the first time since Poppy released her statement announcing that they had been split up way back in December. Oof. Also in the mix, Poppy talks about Grimes. But before we get into all this, guys, I have a sponsor for today's video, which is pretty exciting because I don't often work with sponsors. So this is a company you might have heard of, maybe not. Let me just roll you a clip.
Introducing a revolution in gaming. FootMouse, the first science-based gaming mouse made for feet.
I've been using FootMouse for over 6 months. My APM is over 520, my KDA has doubled, and my win rate's up. I'm playing with my hands, my feet, my whole entire body is focused on the win. Since I've started, I've completely stopped feeding.
FootMouse, get your foot in the game.
You guys know I'd only work with a sponsor that I'm truly comfortable with, and that's why this video is actually sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends, the most epic RPG mobile game. It's a pretty satisfying game. This is a recording of me playing it. I really enjoyed fighting what appears to be a giant version of Lord Farquaad from Shrek. And boom, when you look at that, he just killed my last guy. But you know what? The game acknowledges that I tried, and I deserve to level up. If you haven't heard of Raid Shadow Legends, then you probably aren't watching enough YouTube videos. But if you've heard of it, and maybe you haven't downloaded it yet, this is your chance, man. I mean, I know that I've been trying to get a Nintendo Switch and it's out of stock, but this is a pretty good, this is doing the trick, keeping me satisfied. And the daily rewards program for new players has been doubled from 90 days to 180 days, meaning more chances for more epic heroes like this one. You know she's powerful when she dresses like that and still has 5 stars to her name. I mean, dang, she must have a lot of power. And let me remind you, these are graphics on a phone. Well, how did we get here? This is beautiful. The graphics, I mean, yeah, well, the woman too. You can download the game through my link in the description down below, and if you're a new player, you'll get a free reward of 100,000 silver and a free champion, a Hex Weaver. Okay, now this is a cool champion. I don't even think I got this. Once you download the game, go to this treasure box right here, and this is where you claim your rewards. Yes. The homies at Raid Shadow Legends came through for your boy. So back when Poppy still had her poppy.church website, and if you guys don't know, she used to have this website that was basically like a satire of a religious cult.
Will you join me?
So through satire, she used a lot of cult tactics.
Are you ready to be saved?
As a way to poke fun at religious cults.
Amen.
There was an application process in which you had to describe yourself in one sentence, pledge your allegiance and dedication to Poppy, declare what you're ready for, and last but not least, sign your name in blood, which when you kind of like start to click on it and drag it, it's just like a red ink. Once you would submit to Poppy, you would eventually get scores based on your faith, dedication, loyalty, and the mysterious Poppy Illuminati-like symbol. But what's the fun in parodying a religious cult if you can't profit like one, right? Poppy allowed users to purchase pop coins, which was basically the currency within the website. You know, you could redeem perks such as throwing a virtual party for yourself or a friend. Makes a great birthday gift. This cost $1, can you imagine? Happy birthday! For $3.36, you can upgrade your member status, and for $10, you could throw a virtual tent party. This comes equipped with a large projector, guys. And if you have 20 bucks laying around, you could even have Poppy right on your wall. And for $100, you could get a phone call or voicemail from Poppy herself.
Hello, my phone is not plugged in.
The Poppy Church website even offered a custom video from Poppy. That's right, a completely customized video from Poppy could be yours in just 4 easy payments of $250. Yeah, it's $1,000, but you know, it doesn't really feel like $1,000 because once you put it into that website, it's actually just 100,000 pop coins. And what is pop coins? That's not real money. And last but not least, for $5,000, Poppy was willing to make you a custom song based on your request. Now, I'm not here to tell Poppy that she shouldn't be charging X amount for a personalized custom video for her fans, or that she shouldn't be having virtual tent parties, right? That's fine. If there's a market and your fans want to do it, cool. But what I am here to tell Poppy is that, girl, if you're selling a product, you better deliver, especially when the price tag goes from $1 to $5,000. Sheesh. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Class action lawsuit is coming to Poppy's church? One of the fans that I spoke to is a guy named Jeff. Now, before I get into this, I want to make it clear that he is still a fan of Poppy. He wanted me to let everybody know that he has nothing against her and he just wants this all to be resolved, either for him to still get what he paid for or at least be refunded. What drew my attention to Jeff is when someone tagged me on one of his tweets, which showed a cease and desist email letter which he received from Joey Simon, who is the vice president of Poppy's management, Madden. If the name sounds familiar, it's because the company was founded by Benji and Jill Madden from Good Charlotte. Lifestyles of the rich and the famous. And the letter reads, let this serve as a legal notice to cease and desist any and all public defamatory statements made against myself and Madden LLC. If it comes to light that this is continuing, the next letter you will receive is from our attorney who is on copy here. There is a long-standing 30-year reputation that myself and my company have built, and you are hereby infringing on our rights. Wait a second, 30 years? That doesn't sound right. And I'm only saying this off the cuff because Good Charlotte hasn't been around for 30 years. Are Good Charlotte even a band anymore? Anyway, this isn't about this is the anthem. Throw all your hands up. Now it looks like Joey has only been with Madden for over 3 years. So was the 0 an accident? Because there's a big difference between 30 years and 3 years. And he's talking about his company's reputation as if it's a good one. Now if you look at Glassdoor.com, the reviews from the employees at least, they're not so good. It says the company has 1 to 50 employees, another website specifically saying they have 14 employees, but out of the 7 reviews on Glassdoor.com, only 1 has 5 stars and the other 6 are 1 star, saying things like toxic work environment, stay away. If you work here, you will get fired. Stay away at all costs. Like everyone else says, stay away. We're more than prepared to litigate damages. Now, I looked through Jeff's tweets and I'm actually confused as to why Poppy's management is threatening to sue one of her fans over him complaining about, I haven't even said it, but he is owed over $1,000. This dude paid to get a personalized video, and instead of like getting it, instead of even getting a refund, he's being threatened to being sued. And I'm like, what? And his account has less than 200 followers. His tweets about this whole thing are barely getting an interaction, and they want to silence him by trying to sue him. That's not cool. Can't wait for my own cease and desist letter. We also have been nothing but courteous in trying to resolve your disputes with Poppy Church. Once again, we were never and are not the fulfiller of anything to do with the church. That, as we have said repeatedly, is a completely different business and has zero to do with our company. Govern yourself properly starting immediately. Regards, Joey Simran. Bro, govern yourself properly starting immediately. What? Who says that? Who says that? Govern yourself properly starting immediately. I spoke to Jeff quite a bit and he explained everything to me, even provided me with a literal receipt of him purchasing the video from Poppy all the way back in June of last year. So he hasn't gotten the video or any sort of refund for almost a year now. Instead, he's gotten an email telling him to shut up or we'll sue you. Now the big takeaway here is that Madden is blaming the people who used to run the website Poppy Church for mismanaging and not refunding people, right? But they're not the only ones who did this. In fact, back in early December, in some now deleted tweets, Poppy said that the church was shut down because it was mismanaged by the team running it, not because of her management team. So both Madden and Poppy blamed the church management. Okay, so I guess we can blame the people that ran the website and chapter closed, no refunds? Now I actually got in touch with the people that created the website and they showed me receipts and exchanges with Poppy's management showing that Poppy's management took full responsibility for refunding the fans. So it obviously goes completely contradictory to what the management is saying, and it's actually quite shocking to see that. Like they're just blatantly lying and pointing the finger at the smaller people, because I feel bad. I feel bad for the church people, you know, the people that made the website, really. Because apparently they were also not paid for several months, and Jeff wasn't the only fan that was financially screwed over. Almost 1,000 accounts that were on the website were not refunded, which amounted to almost $15,000. So Poppy and her management may want to point the finger at the people that ran her website. However, the money always went to Poppy LLC. So it doesn't really matter who you want to point the finger at, because at the end of the day, Poppy was receiving the money. And the main issue here, at least from my perspective, from talking to about a dozen fans, is that they don't speak up because they don't want to cause friction amongst the fan base, right? Because they have a very strong and intense fan base. And the other issue is that a lot of them just stay quiet because maybe the amount of dollars isn't that great, right? The dollar figure may be anywhere from like $3 to $100 and something dollars. Because you guys got to remember, this is almost 1,000 accounts that amounted to like almost $15,000. I've been told there's one person that purchased the song which they never received, and that was $5,000. So you guys got to remember that there's some big numbers in here, right? 5,000, 1,000, and a lot of people just got ripped off by a few dollars or stuff like that. Now let's move on to Titanic Sinclair speaking up for the first time since Poppy announced their split back in December. On March 22nd, he posted a couple photos on Instagram in which he is seen smiling, and his caption reads, "Texas life, color, music, love to everyone, current loving vibe," and he tagged a bunch of his friends. When I first saw this, I was like, whoa, the homeboy smiling? Because homeboy never smiles, you know? And not only that, but his picture's also in color, and he usually posts pictures that are just in black and white, so I felt inclined to comment, and I said, "Color? Smiles? Change?" And Titanic actually replied and he said, nothing but love and healing. Hope you're good. And I gotta say, I was actually a little surprised by this response because, well, I didn't actually expect any response, but the fact that he was like kind. I feel like I haven't sent the kindest things towards him in the past, so I was like, well, that's nice. So I gave his comment a heart. Then someone replied to me saying, do an interview together. And you know what? I gave that comment a heart too, because I'd be down to hear what Titanic has to say, because we haven't heard what he has to say. Oh, and someone else replied saying, a fan, ... bye. And I didn't give that one a heart because I'm not a fan, you know, and even if I was, I didn't even say hi, so why are you saying bye to me? But I was not the only person that he responded to in those comments. He responded to a lot of people. Someone commented saying, your soul can't be saved for all the sins you've ignored. These are actually lyrics from one of Poppy's songs called Blood Money, and Titanic Sinclair responded by saying this. I wrote that lyric naked on my IKEA pull-out couch in my Burbank apartment that I shared with her and our cat about our old manager at UMG after she convinced me we should fire him. It's hilarious to have a random person comment to me about lyrics I wrote. Not gonna lie, this is bizarre. The song you're referencing is about an executive at UMG. Hilarious. Did you write any of Poppy's lyrics? You think she wrote those? Laughing my booty off. No way. Both albums? You wrote her lyrics? What did Poppy do? Did she write any of the music though? And Titanic says, hand her a guitar and ask her to play one chord from her album and sing you a song. She's an artist, by the way. Dang, homeboy's definitely been holding back. Then someone else replied to that saying, you're really gonna do that to yourself again, huh? And Titanic said, hey, literally ask me anything. I have 11 gigabytes of raw voice memos I'm ready to Dropbox. You don't realize Poopy has hit the fan, do you? So far it's all talk. I don't see anything hitting the fan, but we'll see what you got here. Someone commented saying, thinking you're above everyone and everything doesn't actually make you superior. You deserve the hate you constantly get because of the awful things you've put multiple women through and will most likely continue to do. Suddenly acting innocent or as if everything everyone's ever said about you is a lie isn't gonna make up for everything you've done, and certainly acting like you're better than everyone else isn't. Oof, that sentence structure at the end was a little rough. Come on guys, be a little considerate. This stuff is hard to read out loud. Titanic responded by saying, I'm above nobody. I learned that. Imagine a scenario where you've been tricked by someone else to make you, specifically, be mad at me. It's working. You've commented on this post, but what if you got lied to? I'm not better than anyone else in these comments, but I'm definitely not the demon you're trying to make me be. I'm not better than anyone else reading this. I just dealt with a poopy situation 6 years ago and I'm real bothered by how you're still obsessed with it. Huh. The homie's got a lot to unpack. Oh my god, stop using that smelly jacket. I can literally smell your stench through the screen. Take a shower. I took the photo you have as your profile pic. I got paid by a brand to take the photo. I literally got paid 2 or 3 months of rent to press a button on my stupid camera and email it to them so they can sell shoes to people like you. You can't smell me because you don't know how to get close to someone like me. And I am garbage. Take a shower. Whoa. Okay, now that was kind of a good roast. It went full circle there too. Jesus. Oof. I mean, imagine trying to roast someone and they're like, you're using a picture that I took. But keep trying. Disgusting, rat-like, homeless, flop. And to that, Titanic says, this is your life. Examine the energy you're putting out there as the world collapses. Really think about it. Look into yourself right now as everything disintegrates before our very eyes. This is what you're exuding into infinity before it all ends. Peace and love to you. That reply wasn't as good as some of the others, but I mean, I guess how do you reply to someone saying disgusting, rat-like, homeless flop, right? It's kind of like you're talking to a kid or something. Okay, definitely talking to a kid. They said, epic roast, bro. Haha, funny. So Titanic goes, hide behind it, brother. We share the same fear now. If you can, let it go. Everyone reading your responses sees it. Keep projecting if you have to. I made a career out of it, so I get it. Use me as your target if you want. Believe me, it makes zero difference in my life. I used to get caught up in this sort of thing too, but it's all good, and I genuinely hope you and the people you care about during this bizarre crisis find help and happiness. Okay, that response was actually kind of wholesome. So wholesome that the person ended up replying saying, if you're actually willing to talk, check DMs. I don't know, man. I don't wish any ill will towards you. Don't get corona. Well, someone changed their tune quick. Someone commented saying, free Poppy, and then he responded saying, shh, you might get sued. I'm not sure how to feel about you. I'll go with ambivalent for now. And he says, same. Out of all the comments on Titanic's post, I think this is the one that I resonate with the most because while I don't discredit what Poppy or Mars Argo have said about him, we still haven't gotten his side of the story. Like he hasn't defended himself in any way. Like this is the closest that we've gotten, right? So it's difficult for me as someone who's never met him or the other two people to really judge him. Now don't get it twisted, he did make quite a few videos with Poppy that seem to be about Mars Argo, and you know, a lot of the correlations, geez, I'd like to talk about that. But I do believe in redemption, and even if everything that was negatively said about him was 100% true, I feel like we should still hear him out and see what was the reasoning or what he has to say in defense, right? I don't know. I feel like it's a hot take these days, but let's keep going. When's the new album coming? It feels like I've been waiting so long. 2 new albums, gonna drop it all in a few days. Someone should put some oil in Titanic's hands because it's been weeks and he still hasn't dropped these 2 albums. A Poppy fan commented an emoji clown and Titanic said, "The world is ending and your idol despises you." To which the Poppy fan replied, "How desperate can you be?" Laughing crying emoji. And Titanic said, "I slept in the same bed as her for 5 years. I know more than you could ever imagine. You are below dirt to her. Nothing more than a way to profit monetarily. A worthless number that is even less valuable now that society is collapsing. I see you as a human and I forgive you. I'm here if you want to talk or ask questions, but I'm also here to tell you that you've been tricked. It was all a way to make money off of you. I'm sorry if that is painful, that is the truth. Love and healing to you." To which someone else said, "Titanic, can you at least tell us what happened? Maybe an official statement would help. We need to hear your side of the story." And Titanic goes, "I'm curious, what do you think happened? I haven't made an official statement on purpose, but it seems the world is ending, so it might be time to talk before we're all stardust. I have no reason to BS anymore. She certainly managed to copy protocol on changing YouTube passwords, irony, and financially benefiting, but hashtag IDK, LMAO. And someone else goes, "Well, if they really got tricked by Poppy, as you said, don't forget that you were part of this trick for 5 freaking years and used everyone else as a worthless number too. And it's just talking about it now. How can this story save your own butt?" Skull emoji, skull emoji. And Titanic says, "Imagine a world where I didn't make any money off of it because I thought it was an experiment and they saw it as an opportunity for profit. You're clearly a thinker. Keep thinking. It's rigged. You and I both got used here. The difference is I made all this stuff and didn't realize I was a pawn too." So to me, it sounds like Titanic is saying that he didn't really profit all that much out of it in the end, and he was in it for the creativity, but I don't know. All these comments were pretty vague still, in my opinion. So from my understanding, it seems like Titanic is saying that he was in it for the creative factor, and he didn't profit monetarily, at least not as much as Poppy did, but it's kind of hard to really get a proper reading from all these vague comments, right? And I do also want to point out that he didn't only respond to all these negative comments, even though there was a lot of negative comments. There were a few positive comments, you know, like 1 or 2. No, I'm kidding. Now, even more recently, about a week after Titanic's post, Poppy did the most fan interaction she has probably ever done. Poppy hopped on a fan Discord and answered a lot of fan questions. Someone asked, "Y'all think Poppy plays Animal Crossing?" Poppy says, "Yeah." Someone asked for Poppy's friend code and she says, "What's that?" When you don't want to give away your friend code. "Poppy, you're not Latina, right?" "I am." "Oh, I thought you were Portuguese, my bad." Portuguese and Spanish. And many more, but it's a list, so... "Poppy, make an OnlyFans, that way you could talk to your real fans." And Poppy goes, "What's that?" Thoughts on corn? Like, "Something takes a part of me. Poppy, we could be friends." Okay, now here's some tea. Someone said, Hannah wrote the song with Grimes and then Poppy recorded her own version. So Poppy responds saying, "We all wrote the song together in my studio. Hannah's parts were sung in the original version. I sang the bridge. Claire removed the bridge and sang it herself. Silenced the writer by forcing them to sign an NDA. She never had production credit on Play Destroy because she never touched the computer, guitar, or synth on the whole session. And when we were recording vocals, she was trying to get me to sing the whole song because she was too insecure about her own voice." Dang, okay, Poppy's been holding back. I mean, this is stale tea, but she unleashing. So no, incorrect, and I'm tired of the misinformation floating around, people taking credit for my contributions, etc. Poppy's not messing around, y'all. Someone said to Poppy, "Except Chris said the opposite. Who's lying, Poppy? LMAO. And Poppy responds, "Let's pretend they had nothing to do with who her baby daddy is." Smiley face. To be honest, this is all kind of confusing because Chris is actually Poppy's old guitar player, and he was credited for writing the song. You know, in his Instagram post, he said that him, Grimes, and Hannah wrote the song "We Appreciate Power." But now Poppy is saying that everyone wrote the song and the writer was silenced by being forced to sign an NDA. So was she the silenced writer? And is she saying that Elon Musk forced her to sign an NDA so she couldn't say that she wrote the song "We Appreciate Power"? This is all so confusing. Poppy, if you're gonna like spill some tea and like try to correct the misinformation, why don't you make it make sense, sis? I'm only interested in the truth. That's the message. Too much misinformation on these chats and on Twitter. I'd like to clear that up. Glad we got that out of the way early. Poppy, no offense, but is it real that Grimes bit you? Crying emojis. And Poppy says no. What kind of rumor is this? I swear, Grimes gets the weirdest rumors made about her. There's people that believe she's not even pregnant, but anyways, I digress. Poppy, spill more tea. Green tea emoji. I am looking emoji. Not interested in quote-unquote tea, only the truth. Poppy, will there be a continue to the movie you and Titanic started? No, but there will be my movie. Is there anything you wish we would stop discussing in the chat? And Poppy says, people from the past you know are unimportant, and collab request, lol. So I'm finishing up the video, and I've just learned that Poppy began venting about Titanic just 2 days ago, you know, and all the screenshots that I've shown so far are over a week and a half old. But the stuff that she was venting about is very private and very personal, and some of it concerns Titanic's girlfriend and his family, and it's just too uncomfortable for me to touch on. Not only because of that, but also I don't want Poppy to feel like there's some scope on it, you know? Like, if she wants to talk about it and wants me to talk about it, then I would gladly extend that invitation for her, just like I said earlier about Titanic, you know, like extend her the platform to talk about it in more detail and a more transparent way in which she could like verify and validate the things she is saying. So it's not just like he says, she says back and forth, you know. I don't want to have it like, I don't want my channel to become just like these two people, just me reporting on what these two people are saying about each other, basically. So I would love to extend the platform to both of them, but otherwise I'm just not comfortable reading this huge venting she did to her fans, you know. So on that note, if you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. Lord knows I put a lot of work into it, and do support my sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. I've actually been playing it, no joke. So hey, come on, we're all inside. Let's play more. Let's play it. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. Cheers.